Let's move on to Kash Patel, who was testifying in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday and talked about all kinds of stuff. I mean, everything under the sun, as you can imagine, Ryan. And it was I thought this was actually quite interesting. I went and looked at how the right reacted to Patel's testimony, because he's been under real scrutiny from people like Steve Bannon and Chris Rufo since the murder of Charlie Kirk. Rufo questioned whether he was up to this investigation. Bannon has been very, very critical of missteps and what he thinks are inadequacies on behalf of the FBI investigation.
Just the whole dining at some fancy New York restaurant while you're, come on.
Yep, absolutely.
You have a job to do.
Yep, absolutely. And then he said that there was somebody in custody, and then that person was let go, and all kinds of different questions that have been raised. But Patel just teed off on like Adam Schiff, who's his mortal enemy for, I guess, fair reasons, actually, because Schiff is like trying to destroy Kash Patel. And Patel's been vindicated on like the Nunes memo point going back years. But let's just put all of that aside and dip in to particularly how Patel handled questions about Jeffrey Epstein, which is why I thought, Ryan, it was interesting to see so many people on the right pull out these viral clips of Kash going after Cory Booker, Mazie Hirono, and Dick Durbin. He got a little auto pen one-liner in, and he was going viral on all the sort of usual spaces, even while he's under scrutiny for the Kirk investigation, and still, of course, scrutiny from the Epstein investigation that has dated back to his Joe Rogan appearance not long ago, which is when he first really started to have people on his own side questioning how he was going to handle this. So let's look at some of these Epstein questions from yesterday.
Right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it in
prisons.
You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of inmates.
Not in the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most transparent FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
Personally direct that investigation so that you would sign such a...
Did I personally direct what investigation?
Of the Epstein records for any reference to President Trump?
Again, you are citing reporting that I think is baseless.
Who at DOJ and FBI was responsible for its drafting and conclusions?
Many individuals at the Department of Justice and the FBI are responsible.
There was no lead person?
The Attorney General leads the Department of Justice and I lead the FBI.
So the Attorney General was responsible for that?
The Attorney General leads the Department of Justice.
So for all of that, Ryan, I think it was actually Republican Senator John Kennedy who got the better of Kash Patel compared to even those other exchanges, because John Kennedy is the one that's asking, so you're saying that these people were in prison for trafficking girls?
He adds that so he added after that, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for trafficking to nobody.
Right.
Or just trafficking to Epstein, I guess. Like, if we're going to be super generous to the FBI. But yeah, she's in prison for trafficking.
Yeah, and Patel... Patel is probably careful enough in his wording here to avoid any like perjury, lying under oath, legal challenges, but because he goes on to say there's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals, and the information that we have, again, is limited. Kennedy says, so the answer is no one. And then Patel responds, for the information that we have, which is probably where he wiggles out of all of this. But I mean, it just defies logic and reason to maintain and to cling to this story, which is why it's somewhat amusing that one of the viral clips here, I wrote a story about this actually just in the last, I think it just went live in the last several hours, one of the exchanges that he has with Adam Schiff, where Patel does rightfully point out that Schiff has been caught in some of these Russiagate leaks and was on the wrong side of Russiagate and all of that. The right is that exchange is like going viral on the right. It was in the context of a conversation about Epstein, which is also interesting because Patel is under fire for the Epstein investigation from people like John Kennedy and people on the right who say that defies logic, reason, any explanation that you're saying nobody was being trafficked to, like these girls were not being trafficked to another person. Like, what about potentially Les Wexner? What about potentially Prince Andrew, who settled the case with Virginia Giuffre? There are all kinds of...
Can't even throw Randy Andy under the bus? Like, come on.
Randy Andy.
That's what they call him, Randy Andy.
Okay. This is on your Discord chats.
No, that's literally his nickname among these like pervert circles.
British tabloid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. But... This is, so he goes on to also, in one exchange, he said, I have not reviewed the entirety of these files myself, but a good amount. And I mean, I guess that also, maybe that doesn't defy logic because there's just a truly absurd amount of information on Epstein that the FBI has behind closed doors. Apparently they had an army of like lawyers going through this stuff for months before they decided, oh, case closed. We don't have anything else to go through. Nothing else to worry about here. There's no other legal recourse, no other legal avenue for the FBI to pursue. We've got through all of it. Don't worry, according to Pam Bondi. So laughable.
Also, we can underline utterly wild to see a senator and the director of the FBI shouting at each other like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
That is a thorough break from the link between the FBI and the establishment of the United States that has existed for decades. And I don't know what that means and where it goes, but that is an interesting political development. And
in a way that totally what's the right word, confuses the boundaries, meaning Kash Patel came into the FBI as a bitter opponent of the FBI that was close with Adam Schiff and the FBI that was representative of the political elite. He is now on the side, actually, of the political elite and arguably of the FBI that was close with Adam Schiff that also was being dodgy about Epstein files. And so that's also strange in and of itself, where you have the role reversal of Adam Schiff suddenly being the person who's skeptical of the elite story and of the establishment story, and Kash Patel being the person who's defensive of the establishment story. A very strange inversion and turn of events.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.